Hello fellow students, my name is Tatiana Vigurska and I am going to do a presentation today on a harmonization of sales tax which is coming in effect next year, July 1st, 2010. So it is estimated that average BC family will pay an addition of 2100 yearly in direct point of purchase taxes with proposed harmonization of taxes. So what can we expect with sales tax harmonization, which is coming in effect next year? What is changing? How is it changing? And how it will affect us? Imagine I have a time machine and would like to take you with me in the near future. So imagine today is July 2nd, 2010, and you are on your way to work after the Canada Day, and you stop at a Starbucks for a cup of coffee. Guess what? That cup of coffee will cost you 7% more than it cost yesterday. On your lunch break, you go to the food court to get some lunch for you. The lunch will also cost you 7% more. On your way home, you stop for a haircut, and the haircut will cost you 7% more. You also need to pick up your clothes from the dry cleaning. It will also cost you 7% more. Why? Because of the HST, which is coming into effect July 1st, 2010 on Canada Day. HST stands for the Harmonized Sales Tax, which is a combination of 5% GST and 7% PST. Now, let me take you back in the past using the same time machine. In Canada, there's three types of sales taxes: provincial sales tax or PST, federal goods and services tax or GST, and harmonized sales tax or HST. GST or goods and services tax is a relatively new tax which came into effect in Canada on January 1st, 1991. It replaced the outdated 13.5% manufacturer's sales tax, which had been in effect since 1924. The GST applies to a broad range of goods and services. It does not apply to items that are zero-rated or exempt, such as basic groceries, most medical services and devices, prescription drugs, and residential rents. To offset the impact of a broader taxation based on low-income Canadians, a refundable income tax credit called GST credit was introduced along with the tax. Provincial sales tax is initially the same as GST, with the exception that GST is collected by federal government and PST is collected by provincial government. So far, 4 provinces have converted their provincial retail sales tax systems into a harmonized sales tax, HST. Those provinces are Quebec, Nova Scotia, New Brunswick, and Newfoundland and Labrador. The harmonized tax in Atlantic provinces is collected federally by the Canada Revenue Agency. Once collected, the appropriate amounts is then remitted back to the provinces. Ultimately, the harmonization of the provincial and federal sales tax does not affect the cost of goods and services for consumers. Harmonization did not change the amount of the taxes, only how they were collected by the federal and provincial governments. Ontario and BC will harmonize provincial sales tax with GST on July 1st, 2010. What impact would it have on businesses? Right now, provincial sales tax PST is paid by every business at every step in the creation of the consumer product. You may not realize it, but the PST is charged multiple times during the production of a product before it reaches the store. Under the proposed harmonized sales tax, most taxes paid on business input will be refunded to the business, same way as GST refunded now. It is expected that the new HST will provide some benefits for businesses, including eliminating tax on business input, reducing paperwork, and decreasing cost of the business. Since the cost for businesses will decrease, it is believed that the savings will be passed on to consumers in the form of the lower prices. Study conducted by the University of Toronto shows that consumer prices fell when Atlantic provinces adopted HST. Same price reduction isn't expected here in BC. What impact it would have on individuals or consumers? Most goods and services will be subject to GST in the same manner as they are subject to GST now. The biggest change for consumers will come from the fact that the new tax will apply to goods and services that are currently PST exempt. For example, getting a haircut, buying non-prescription drugs, or buying school supplies. So what will be taxed under the HST? Most products and services not subject to PST today will become subject to 12% HST, including professional services such as accounting, consulting, real estate commissions, etc., taxi fares and domestic airplane tickets, personal services such as dry cleaning, hair cutting, labor such as automobile towing, cleaning services, hydra, telephone and internet bills and magazine subscriptions, and restaurant meals. What can we expect with harmonization of provincial sales tax with federal? It is estimated that average BC family will pay an addition of $2,100 yearly in direct point of purchase taxes. The HST tax credit is also introduced along with this new tax. In order to protect low-income individuals and families, a BC HST credit of $230 per family member for individuals with income of up to $20,000 and families with income up to $25,000 will be paid quarterly along with GST and carbon tax credits. In conclusion, I want to make a point that although the HST has critics, no one is claiming that harmonization is bad for the province as a whole. It is also said that the HST will provide benefits for BC for years to come. As we don't have the time machine, it's just an imaginary, we cannot take a trip in the future or in the past. The only way to find out what new harmonization tax will bring us is to wait and to see. The references, the materials I've used for that presentation is taken mostly from the Canada Revenue Agency website, BC Government website, BC Ministry of Finance website. Thank you very much for your attention and for your time.